डियर स्टूडेंट, सब्सक्राइब बटन और बेल बटन को दबाएं ताकि मेरे वीडियोस आपको सबसे पहले मिल सकें। Alright, my dear students, here we have the main topic of further trigonometry, sine rule and cosine rule. And first of all, we will try to learn sine rule. In any right angle triangle, my dear students, when height is not given, that is, make the triangle a right angle triangle where we have trigonometric ratios sine, cosine and tangent we have learned their use as well. But if we have a triangle that there is no right angle concept, there is no angle given 90 degree and different angle have different values, in such situation, in such triangles, the relation between sides and the angles of triangles are given by two rules. One is sine rule and the coming up is a cosine rule. So in this triangle, first of all, we are focusing on sine rule, the relation between sides and angles given by this statement. You can see here, this is small a over sine of capital A, this is small b over sine of capital B, this is small c over sine of capital C. The respective proportional sides and their angles, if you look at here, the small a, it's a proportional, its a ratio is with the sine of its angle. This is angle A, its respective side is here. And this is angle B, its respective side is B. And this is angle C, and its respective side is C. So the ratio of side to its sine of angle, when we equate with the B side and its sine of angle, and then C side, its ratio to its sine of angle, then this proportional equivalent fractions are called, and this total statement is called sine rule, where sides have their proportional values with the sine of their angles. So these three statements together form a rule that is called sine rule, my dear students. And when we are supposed to use this sine rule, so at a time we will pick two fractions from these three. It's mean we will have two sides and two angle relation. In any triangle, whenever we have two sides and two angle relation in which one might be unknown, then we will carry on for the unknown value, that might be side, that might be angle. So my dear students, the first one is a sine rule whose statement is small a over sine of capital A, small b over sine of capital B, and sine C over sine of capital C. That need to be learned, revise it, learn it, so that whenever you require in any triangle to find side over angle, you must recall this formula to carry on to find some unknown angle or sides. Alright, my dear students, let's have some example to elaborate the concept of sine rule so we can understand what is the real use of sine rule in trigonometry. This is one example number one. Find unknown angles and sides of this given triangle. You can see here we have given two angles, 42 at A, 76 at B. Third angle we are supposed to find, and one side is given 7.4, and we are supposed to find the rest of two sides. Let's work for it. Solution for this question is, first of all, let's have this third angle. We can easily find this because sum of three angles of a triangle is equal to 180, and if we subtract these two angles from 180, we will get the angle C. Let's write in the form of angle C is equal to 180 minus 42 minus 76. This is 180 degree. The degree values we are going to subtract. This is 8 1, 1, yes. And let's subtract this one. This is equal to 62 degree angle C. Now we have found angle C. Now with the help of this given one side, we will find the rest of these sides. First of all, look at AC. AC side divided by sine of 76, and this is equal to, now we will write first fraction, we will write in which one value is unknown, but equal to, we will write the fraction whose both values are given, one side and its respective angle, and that is 7.4 divided by sine of 42 degree angle. Let's cross multiply this value to this side. We will have AC equals, this is 7.4 into sine of 76 divided by sine of 42, my dear. Now with the help of calculator, we will pick the value of this sine of 76, we'll write here, and sine of 42 value we'll write here, and then we will carry on simplification. This is 7.4 into sine of 76 is 0.970 and sine of 42 is 0.669. With the help of calculator, we picked the value of sine of 76, this is 0.970, and we get the value from calculator sine of 42, this is 0.669, and when now we will calculate with the help of calculator this expression, and we will get the value of AC equal to, this is 10.7 centimeter. Similarly, we can find the side AB as well, because its angle is now we write the fraction for AB side, AB over, this is sine of angle 62. This is equal to, we will write the same fraction who helped us in this previous part. So this will be 7.4 over sine of 42. So again we will cross multiply this value. This is a simplification process. As you can work as totally up to your mental setup, how you would like to carry on. Whether you first insert the values and then simplify, it's totally up to you. It's just simplification process. This AB is equal to 7.4 times, this is sine of 62, and this is divided by sine of 42. Again, now we will substitute values. This is 7.4 here into sine of 62, this is 0.883, 0.883, this is decimal here, divided by, again the value of sine of 42 we have used here, this is 0.669, and when we calculate with the help of calculator, the value of AB side will get is 9.77. So my dear, the question stated was we were supposed to find unknown angles and sides. There were two angles given. Third angle we can find with the help of sum of three angles in a triangle is equal to 180. So in the beginning we got angle C, and the rest of two sides AB and AC actually the unknown. So first I found AC by writing sine rule. As I mentioned in the sine rule that we will equate two proportional values, two ratio fractions where one value could be unknown. We will carry on for simplification and we will get the required length of the side. Now here AC we got and here we got AB. Alright my dear students, here is example number 2 and a little more complex. It's a composition of more triangle. it is given in this example that the figure shows a metal framework in which AD is horizontal. The major information only are limited. This AD, this is horizontal, but the rest of values are mentioned according to the measurements and the angle we are supposed to treat this whole figure. And we are supposed to find part A, the length AB. This is AB length we are supposed to find. Then the angle DBN. Here is the angle DBN. This angle we are supposed to find, this angle. And then the length CD. This CD we are supposed to find. Alright, my dear student, let's start for work this one. And my dear student, in any question which might be looking little securing, there's a big question might be, but remember what is the technique to handle difficult or this kind of question where you see more number of triangles are involving in one figure. There's no need to worry about this. We will focus on our part. For example, here part A, we are supposed to find AB. We do not need to look the whole picture. We are supposed to look the triangle in which this AB is actually the part. So here, if you look at this figure, AB side is this, and this is the part of the triangle A and B. We do not look for the part A for the whole figure. We just need to focus on this triangle, my dear students, and we need to see how many values are given. This we will find, and the further in this triangle A and B, we have given 5.3 meter. This is BN side, and thus this is angle 25, and this side we are supposed to find. Now we will do this right angle triangle. There's nothing worry about it because we have done lot of about use of trigonometric ratio in the right angle triangle, and here according to this angle we have given this is opposite, and this side which is under focus that we are supposed to find, this is hypotenuse for this triangle. So opposite and hypotenuse makes sine trigonometric ratio. It means that sine of 25 will be equal to opposite over hypotenuse, and that is 5.3 over AB that we are actually going to find it. Now cross multiply AB on this side and sine of 25 cross multiply in place of AB. The next we will have situation AB is equal to 5.3 over sine of 25. Now this is the situation that we will handle now further. This is 5.3, and let's find the value of sine of 25 with the help of calculator, and this is 0.4, 2 and 3. And when we divide 5 by 3 by 0.423, we will get 12.5, my dear students. This is the value of AB length. So therefore AB, which actually we are supposed to find, here let's write it again in front of this line. This is 12.5 meter is the answer for part A. This is part A we have solved from this right angle triangle A and B, my dear. Okay, let's see the second part. Part B, we are supposed to find the angle DBN. Again in the same way, we will just go to the respective triangle where this angle is involving, is present. We do not look as a whole the picture, and we will focus on the triangle. Is there given values helping us to find this? Okay, let's check it out. This DBN, here is D, here is B, here is N. Here is the angle that we are supposed to find. And let's see how many values are here present in this triangle. We see this one side BN is there, this is 5.3, and there is other side, this is 7.1, this is BD, and according to this angle, this is adjacent and this is hypotenuse, because the side in front of this angle is always called opposite, the largest angle opposite to right angle is called hypotenuse, and this one is adjacent. So adjacent and hypotenuse are given, and we know what constitute by adjacent and hypotenuse, that is cosine of trigonometric ratio. We will use cosine here for finding the value of this angle. Here is part B, my dear student. This is part B here, and in which we have cosine of this angle. Cosine of the angle is DBN. This is DBN. We need to find. This is equal to. This is equal to adjacent. This is 5.3 divided by hypotenuse. This is 7.1. Now let's divide 5.3 by 7.1, and we will get value 0.746 by use of calculator, and this is cosine of dBn, this value, and implies that we want to find this angle. We transfer this cosine trigonometric function to other side, so this angle dBn will be equal to cosine inverse of this value. This is 0.746 value, and therefore dBn angle is equal to, now we will operate calculator by using the shift key and cosine. It will be on the screen of calculator, and cosine inverse, and cosine inverse of 0.746 we will get from calculator. The angle would be 41.7 degree. Alright, my dear, you see, if we deal the individual respective triangle in which our unknown value is there, then there won't be a much problem, because we have learned the basic thing, the use of trigonometric ratios, and now we are in a sine rule area where we are using learning sine rule, plus the previous concepts are also there. And in these two triangles, you see we have right angle, so we will use trigonometric ratio definitely. But if there will not be right angle, then we will use sine rule definitely. Okay. Now let's see the part number C. This is the length CD we are supposed to find. Let's see in which triangle CD side is there, and then we will assess what to do with this triangle. Here is CD. Here is CD, and this is the part of triangle CBD, or BCD is the triangle in which this side we are supposed to find, and we have given this angle 103, and this side is given 7.1, and this one angle 46. This given value 7 point side don't have respective angle. This angle is not present, which is essential for using sine rule. This side, because this side we want to find, and its respective angle, yes, is present. For using sine rule, we must have angle in front of this. So these two angles 46 and 103 will help us to find this angle here, and then we will carry on sine rule. Okay, first of all, for part C, we will find the angle at point C. This angle, we need this angle. So we can find this angle C here. Angle C is equal to 180 minus 103 minus 46. If we subtract from these two, if we look at here, this is 180 minus this is 149. I have added these two because they have same sign. And now if we subtract this, we will get 31, obviously it's a mental mathematics, you can easily subtract, otherwise you can have help from calculator or manually you can find. Here is 31 degree angle. This angle is 31 degree, and now this side has opposite angle, and this side that we are supposed to find has 103. Now we will use sine rule, my dear student, to find this CD side. So sine rule is CD over sine of 103. This is equal to the given value which is present, that is 7.1 over sine of angle 31 that we have just found. Now to find CD, cross multiply this function to other side, sine of 103 to other side. So we will get 7.1 into sine of 103 divided by, this is sine of 31 degree. Now my dear, we will have with the help of calculator, we will write the value of sine of 103 and sine of 31 here. So we will get sine CD will be equal to sine 0.1 into sine of 103. We have, alright my dear, the value of sine of 103 is 0.974, and the value of sine of 31 is 0.515. Now let's calculate with the help of calculator. We will simplify this whole expression, and the value of CD will be equal to, this is 13.4 meter, my dear student. You can calculate, simplify this, you will get 13.4 meter, the length of this side. From this problem, my dear, you can see if you have a composite figure, different triangles are there, and now we have learned different methods, and the latest one in the triangle where the right angle is not present, we have sine rule. So my dear, we will consider the triangle whose respective length or angle we are supposed to find. Just deal that triangle. Do not look at the whole problem and feel scaredness. Component, pick the component, move to the triangle, respective triangle, and carry on the work that you have already even done. Then you can see that this is a very easy part, easy technique to find the unknown values. This sense make your difficult word problem or a figure problem in a like a individual question as we have done clear. Alright my dear student, let's have second method for the further trigonometry, that's cosine rule. When we won't have right angle, we have sine rule and cosine rule that help us to find angles and sides of triangles. So here we have cosine rule. When we are failed to utilize sine rule for finding side and angles, then the following method that solve our problem to find any side or angle is cosine rule. And here is one triangle given, triangle ABC, and their respective sides are labeled by the small alphabets and vertices are labeled by the capital English alphabets. So angles are represented by capital alphabets and the sides are represented by small alphabets. And here is the relation between three sides and one angle. There will be four things involved in one formula, but this relation is not like sine rule. In sine rule, two sides and two angles are related, but here in one formula we have three sides and one angle relation in the format of a square equals b square plus c square minus 2bc into cosine of respective angle capital A, and b square equals a square plus c square minus 2ac into cosine of respective angle B, and then the third one is c square. This relation equals a square plus b square minus 2ab into cosine of respective angle capital C. Now this is called cosine rule, my dear student. Only same time we will use one of all these three for finding any side of the triangle. For example, if we are supposed to find the side A, this formula will help us. This is side A, respective angle is here. We will use respective angle A here, and the given values B and C obviously we will use and calculate. Finally we could get the value of A. Similarly, when there is a variation in the sides, then you can choose the formula for coming up other sides. These formulas are the representation, my dear students, when the alphabets are there. You can label by yourself in any question, but in general the concept is, if you want to find one side of a triangle which is not a right angle triangle, then there must be the two sides given in that triangle. Then we can operate this formula. If two sides are given, one angle is given, and one side you are supposed to find, this you are supposed to find its angle must be given. If you have this situation, my dear students, then you do not need to label all the time the sides. You need to write the unknown value here, and the rest of two given values, take their square and have a sum, minus 2 into the product both values into cosine of respective angle of this unknown side. Well, you can use this in application without labeling small English alphabets, but if there is a situation where the alphabets are labeled, then you can carry on this formula, or in the form of any other English alphabets like P, Q, S, T, and so on. Well, here we have situation that we have three relation of cosine rule for the relation of sides and angles, and we have additionally more thing is here, that if sometime we are supposed to find directly angle and the sides are given, three sides are given, and we are supposed to find angle, we have formula cosine of angle A. If capital A is you are finding, it means the rest of two sides B and C will be square form, positive square form, and its respective side will be all the time in subtraction form, divided by 2 into the product of two sides whose value we are using here. But this is a sense. You can derive this formula from this respective formula as well. If you look at this statement, make cosine of A the subject of the formula, you will get this situation. You will get a function that will give you the angle, unknown angle. But if you can memorize, you can learn it and you can remember it, okay, that's very good. Cosine of A equal to this one, cosine of B equal to this one, cosine of C equal to this one. These are different options. If you want to learn it and memorize it, yes, you can. Otherwise, you can just remember this formula, and if sometime you're supposed to find angle, just make cosine of A subject to the formula in one step, and then carry on your calculation for finding angle. Alright, my dear, let's have some examples to see what is the use of cosine rule and how it works and help us to find sides and angle, my dear student. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, my dear students. Let's have some examples to elaborate the concepts of cosine rule, how we use them in problems. Here is example number 1. In a triangle ABC, we have given information. Side A is 5 centimeter, B is given, side is given 7 centimeter. Side C we are supposed to find, and its respective angle C is given. You see, there is possibility the triangle is not given, figure is not given. You can draw yourself, label them, okay, no problem. But you can directly solve this given example. Like, we will write the formula, results that we learn, what side we want to find. Here is focus, that is C. It means C square V will be in the one side, and then the rest of combination or rest of side for given values for side A and B. This is A square given plus B square given minus formula says this is A into B and cosine of the angle C. Now let's plug in values here and we will calculate for C. This is C squared equals the value of A is 5 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 into 5 into 7 into cosine of angle 60 degree. So C square will be equal to 25 plus 49 minus, let's multiply these three digits. 2 times 5 is 10 and 10 times 7 is 70, and the value of cosine of 60 is 1 over 2. This is 0.5, my dear. You can check from calculator. And now let's reduce this with this one. We got 35 here. So let's sum up these two values. 5 plus 9 is 14. Carry 1. This is 2 plus 4, 6 and 1. This is 74 minus 35. Let's subtract this 35. Now borrow 1 from 7, this is 14, and when we subtract 5 from 14, we got 9. We left here 6, and when we subtract 3 from 6, the value is 3. So C squared equals 39, and let's square root should be taken on both sides. 39 and implies that the value of C is equal to 6.4, my dear students, centimeter. Well, you can see if we have given values, no figure is there, we can directly write the formula for cosine rule. We plug in the values and simplify, we will get answer. Now, alright, my dear students, let's have example number 2. Here we have given triangle ABC. BC is equal to 8.8, this side BC, and AC is equal to 10.4, this is 10.4 AC side, and one angle is given ACB, this is 667. Now the question is, we are supposed to find number 1. In a solution, we are supposed to find number 1, the length AB. This AB length we are supposed to find. Number 2, we are supposed to find ABC angle. ABC, this angle we are supposed to find. And then finally, the angle BAC. BAC, this angle also. These two angles we are supposed to find on this side. If you look at the given information, two sides and their including angle is present, that will help us to find this respective side of this angle by the help of cosine rule, my dear. Okay, this side is respective angle. You can label this small c as well, but you can consider as it is asked the value of the length labeled by the alphabet in the question, that should be carry on. Well, you can use anything else, but it's better that we must carry on with the labeling length of this side. That's AB we are supposed to find. Let's work for this. AB squared, cosine rule I am going to write, is equal to, now sum of the square of these two sides square, this is 88.8 square, plus this is 10.4 square, minus 2 into 8.8 into 10.4 into cosine of 67. I told you in the explanation of the cosine rule that there is no need to write all the time alphabets A, B, C. Well, you can directly use the values from the picture in the formula. So that I did here. Now let's carry on for the working for the rest of values. And 8.8 square is equal to 77.4 plus 10.4 square is equal to 108.2 minus, when we multiply three values, and we will get 183 into the cosine of 67, this is 0.39. Well, all this work is done with the help of calculator, my dear student. Of course, This is the real place where we continuously use calculator. Let's add up this portion. Before decimal, the one digit, before decimal one digit, 2 plus 4, it's a 6. Then decimal. Now 8 and the first digit 7. This is 15 here. Carry 1. 1 plus 7, 8. And 0, this is 8 here. And this is 1 here. I have added these two numbers. And now minus. Let's multiply 183 with 0.39 and we will get 71.4. And now we will subtract this number from this. Subtracting 4 from 6, we will get 2 here. Subtracting 1 from 5, we will get 4. Subtracting 7 from 8, it's the 1. And this 1 is already. So we have A, B, so here equals 114.2. We want to find AB. So let's have square root is equal to square root of 114 as well, and this will give us 10.7, my dear. And because the measurements are in centimeter, this is 10.7 centimeter is the value of AB. We can write it again. AB is equals to 10.7 centimeter. Well, this is mostly stressed on calculation by the calculator. Plug in the value in the formula, then respectively, do not mix it up. You cannot simply subtract this value from this before you are supposed to multiply. It's about mess here. First you need to multiply it, then add or subtract with these values. Carry on for the length AB. Now, we will see part number B. We are supposed to find angle ABC, my dear. Let's work for it. We can use sine rule because we want to find this angle. This angle we want to find and its respective side is present. This side we have found is 10.7. Its respective angle is given. Let's write sine of ABC we want to find, and its respective side is 10.4. This will be equal to the side we have found. This is 10.7. We will write here sine of 67, yes, and this value 10.7, my dear. Let's simplify. We will cross multiply this number to other side, and I will get sine of ABC. This angle will be equal to, this is 10.4 into, let's write the value of sine of 67. Sine of 67 is 0.92. 0.92 is the value of sine of 67 divided by 10.7. And when we simplify all these values, this is 0.8, 9 and 2. With the help of calculator, I found the value of 67, that was 0.92. And now multiply these two numbers first and then divide by 10 by 10.7 with calculator, you will get this value 0.892. Now here sine of ABC is equal to 0.892, and therefore ABC angle is equal to sine inverse of 0.8, 9 and 2, my dear. And then ABC angle will be equal to ABC angle is equal to, we will operate this sine inverse and we will get 63.5 degree, my dear. So here you can see when we got this length, now we have choice to use sine rule. instead of cosine rule. We can use cosine rule even. We got two sides, three sides even, and we can find angle with the help of cosine rule. My dear, this is a sequence. If there is possibility that sine rule is applicable, I think this is comfortable and less calculation as compared to cosine rule. So you are supposed to use sine rule. If sine rule is failed, not required information available that sine rule can help us, then we jump in for cosine rule. But as in this question there was no restriction for particular method, I used for side AB this cosine rule definitely, because there is no choice. But here when I was in part second, I have choice of using cosine and sine rule, but sine rule has less calculation, that's why it's picked here for finding this angle. So I wrote this ratio of fractions of sine rule, simplified, and I got this angle. And there is part number 3, BAC. BAC angle we are supposed to find. We have two angles. Now the last angle is 63.5. Now if we want to find this angle, part number 3, so look at here. This is part number 3, my dear. Part number 3, where we are supposed to find the third angle, that is BAC. Angle BAC we need to find. In a triangle, sum of three angle is 180. So our angle BAC will be equal to 180 minus, we will subtract the rest of two angles, 67 minus 63.5. That will give us this angle. Let's add up first these two angles to subtract from 180. This is 5 as it is before decimal. Decimal here, 3 plus 7 is 10, 0 carry 1, 6 plus 6, 12, 1, 13. This is 130.5. Alright, let's subtract this angle from 180. So we will get 49.5, my dear. Subtracting this decimal. In this way actually, this is 180. This is a manual process, no problem. This is 5031. Borrow 1 from here, we will get 7 remaining. Here is 10. Borrow 1 from here, we have 9. Now it's a 10. Now subtracting 5 from 10 is 5. Subtracting 0 from 9 is 9. Subtracting 3 from 7, my dear, give us 4. This is the angle that actually we wanted to find. I manually found this, calculated. So angle BAC, third part of our question, my dear, can be calculated with the help of given two angles. So this is the way. If you need to find more values, you need to check where the cosine rule is enough. But if there is chance of using sine rule, my dear student, it's better to use sine rule if the values are supporting you. That's about the use of cosine rule in the trigonometric problem. Alright, my dear students, here is example number 3. This figure is given, and here it is mentioned there are two triangles ABC and ADE, and we are supposed to find the value of cosine of theta. Here is angle theta mentioned in all these given values, and the second we are supposed to find the value of x. This side we are supposed to find. We will try to understand how can we move in this question, whether we should move directly for x, or there is a step that we need to have angle here, then we can move towards the x. Yes, of course, if we want to find x, yes, this length is given, this length is given, but if we want to find x, we must have angle here. So first step is in smaller triangle ABC, as all three sides are given, we can easily find theta, and then we will move in the larger triangle ADE, where this side and this sides are given, and when there will be this angle, then we can carry for the unknown value x. So I'm just going to explain this process of this figure. My dear student, you are supposed to complete it. For cosine of theta, I'm going to write it like this is 3.5 square equal, this is 3 square plus 6 square minus 2 into 3 into 6 into cosine of theta. And now let's make the cosine theta subject, and then you will carry on your calculation. So you are supposed to complete it. So cosine of theta is equal to, this is negative quantity, I will transfer to this side, and this value to this side. We will have 9 plus 36 minus 3.5 square divided by, this is 2 times 3, 6 times 6 is 36 here. Alright, just calculate these values for cosine of theta. This will be your first answer. And then in the second part, for value of x, again I'm just writing, you need to complete it. This is x square, this side square is equal to, now total length 3 plus 2, this is 5 square, and this total length 5 plus 6, this is 11 square, minus 2 into 5 into 11 into cosine of theta, my dear student. This theta you will use here to complete for value of x. I'm stopping here this question. This you need to calculate with the help of calculator. The value you get here, you need to put in this part second here in place of cosine theta and carry on for x. You will get value of x.